Hello everyone, this is Caesar. Today I'm gonna be speaking about the current state of the game that I'm building. The name is Bounty Hunters, and it is a mining bullet hell with rock-like elements. I'm gonna discuss a couple of topics, which is the implementation of the Phantom Camera 2D, the better terrain, the bosses, the new enemies, and the Steam page. I started to track for ways to fix a little bug that I had here. It was something a little silly, but it actually made me understand some things and it made me improve. This bug consisted in going here, and then once I was going back to the ship was going up for some reason, and I couldn't discover that because I'm making the player unit invisible. Well, what happening is that it was colliding with the ship, and the ship was gaining um, height because it was pushed by the player. I was able to detect this using the Phantom Camera plugin, which is really amazing. It allows me to do this juicy animation. As you can see, it has three focus lights coming from focusing the ship, and then it focused this place here, which is the where the sword is, and then it goes to the player. So those are three cameras, and that's how I can create that juicy camera transition. As you can see here, this has some type of perks. So basically these perks are not finished yet. You're gonna be finding them semi-procedurally in the game. So this is a weapon. You're gonna be able to find weapons too. This is some type of clown, which is gonna allow you to distract enemies. This is a poison, and this is fire, this is damage, and this stuff here is some course, and then mid-roll, a double shot, and this should give you, this is an anti-heart, which should give you some type of course hearts ability, which I'm still developing. So yeah, I was able to find the solution for this. As you can see, I got a GC transition at the end. So now let's talk about better terrain. The better terrain plugin, which is developed by Pontyporks, it also helped me a lot on this because I was not understanding a couple of things, and he made it clear like you can go ahead and join him in YouTube or ask him personally, and he's gonna answer you. Basically, it gives a lot of flexibility. As you can see, like the tiles now are being detecting the terrain automatically, and this gives a more visual, um, a more appealing visual communication for the tiles. And then you can see the perks are down here as well. The better terrain also helped me because I was struggling with trying to add health to the tiles, which was using this long function, like it's like 200 300 lines just to get a cell destroyed. So I was going to grabbing the position and then using the data from each tile to see if it was a normal tile, a yellow, a purple, a red, and then finding the best or the next vector using an array. Like for example, if they are in the Atlas 0, like then it will go to 1 2 3 4 until it's destroyed. So basically, as you can see, also to add damage, it was a struggle because I was doing something like mining damage too, and this is not really what I wanted to do because what I wanted to do is to set damage like when I'm damaging an enemy and he receive the damage points from the player and then it reduce his current health. At the end I was able to implement that, asking to Pontyporks. He recommended me to add a dictionary, which somebody did in the past, but at that point I didn't understood that person. I tried to do it that moment, but I just couldn't get it the right way. But this time I'm very glad that I managed to do it. And as you can see, basically it consists on getting the a dictionary for the stats, then grabbing the position, health, armor, and layer, and then if that cell stats position doesn't exist, then we're gonna adhere it to the dictionary. Then using that function, we're gonna add the health. Is a randy health, which is gonna be from 15 to 40, and then each tile will have its own health based on this. Also, another thing that I want to talk about is that for some time I was thinking that the performance of veteran was not enough for my game, but it is actually, and it's fitting very well. Well, what's happening is that I was actually putting the cell quadrant size to 84 because my tiles are really big, and it was supposed to get this number down from what I read on the docs. This gives performance like some type of cooling for the cells on the tile map, and then you put just your regular numbers here, 84 by 84, and over here too. But yes, the quadrant size must be lower. It doesn't actually means the size of that tile, which is what I was thinking by a logic. So yeah, basically this is what I'm building at the moment. As you can see, the new enemies are here as well. I got this inspired. I was thinking and thinking what could be a great boss to defeat, and I got these three. The first one was this guy, which looks like some guy that is from the streets. He's holding a minigun. He's from some type of gang. You can see his tattoos, and he's actually spinning that minigun. Then we got the second one, which is the spider mummy. This spider was some type of inspiration of this model, which is the player model, and then I wanted to put something like that looks more menacing for the player. As you can see, when you draw the enemies bigger than the player, they give that sensation. And the boss, the spider boss, it's gonna be spawning mini spiders, and this guy is gonna spawn skeletons. This is the dead boss, the Lord of the Dead. And as you can see, it's inspired on an old game that I was building, like an RPG Zelda type game. I just made him bigger and more menacing. Over here you can see the animation that I created for him. It's some type of Bruce Lee movement, very inspiring Bruce Lee. And then I created this little guy too. This is a devil miner. He is able because he will be mining resources like to help the enemies, and then after he is mining, like I'm still thinking about this mechanic because it could be crucial for the game. I'm thinking about making him be able to fight back after getting 10 shots, then he's gonna stop mining. Or I'm thinking about adding like a time frame when he's gonna be stopping mining. Or the third option is like after all the enemies are cleared, then he's gonna be able to fight back to the player, which will give some time for him to mine resources and help his buddies. You can see now I can change weapons. I also added some sound effects. These enemies too, they are inspired in the Kim bullet from Enter the Gungeon. They are very similar. Look how they walk. It's very juicy. This recharging of the bullet. As you can see, this is destructible too. Look at the enemy. I'm still tweaking him because it's really difficult to defeat him at the moment. As you can see, it's funny to see them mining. Look how cool it is. Like everybody is fighting, but they are just focusing on mining. Like they're going through random directions based on a timer, and then once the right cast collide with the terrain, then they are gonna be mining this. Also, the setup for this terrain is a combination of 3 tiles. Like for the ground there are 2. The one for ground, like gray ground, and then the grass. So basically there is also going a procedural generation going through this, which is a walker. I'm building a walker here, and then on top of that walker I'm doing another walker, so it doesn't look like a dungeon. It looks more like a cave. Here's the page on Steam for bounty hunters. I'm very proud to have this setup here. As you can see, I have some images of how the game looks, some of the enemies, the one that is inspiring the Enter the Gungeon, Bullet Kim, this one which is a mask guide that I was creating on a previous RPG game. And if you find any of these procedural generation, roguelike elements and mining resources exciting, then I invite you to add this game to your wish list, which is gonna be a great moral support for me, and also it will support this game immensely. I just want to thank to everybody that has supported me so far, and also please leave a comment and a like on the YouTube Devlog to support this channel. Good night.